Don't miss your season. This year is almost over. It has gone by fast. But it's not too late to begin again. My quote for the year: "It is never too late to become what you might have been," by George Eliot. Now that fall is here, take a moment to walk outside and look at all the amazing things God has created. In all honesty, I had to do this myself. I went down to San Diego to house sit and dogs for my little brother a couple of weeks ago. I had got caught up in the daily routines of life. I forgot to stop and smell the roses, so to speak. I desperately needed a change of scenery. I needed to stop and ask myself, what season am I in and what does God want for my life right now? Last year, I applied for a writing job that required many projects. That was in May 2020, but I had to wait until that November to see if I had got the job or not. I didn't get the job. After much hard work and months of waiting, I felt like after all the writing I had done, surely the Lord would bless me with that position. Of course, I was disappointed and confused for my future. So I got busy taking care of my mom, making sure she was good, still questioning why. I needed to stop and pray and seek God for the answers. While I was at my brother's, I had to take the dogs out early in the morning. I really hadn't gotten up that early, around 6 a.m., in a long time. But while I was out with the dogs, the air was fresh and it was a pleasant surprise. Walking around the apartment complex, there were hummingbirds just beyond my reach, and a little bunny I would watch go hide and seek. It was peaceful. I got to spend some alone time and thought, and I would talk to God. I also had time to read a book about waiting on God in the afternoon. It amazed me how much time I had on my hands, because at my house, my day didn't start until around 9 a.m. And much of that time was spent taking care of my mom, volunteering work for my church, cleaning, taking care of my little niece, and taking her and my nephew to karate, plus writing fashion and food blogs. I have a lot of things to keep me occupied. I never not had direction, so this is new to me, because I always had a plan B, and for the first time, I was sure the writing job was meant to be. So I had to search my heart to find out what exactly it was that I loved doing. I can honestly say, thinking about that job, the 2.5 hour drive to work and back home, the mental exhaustion from writing all day would have been too much for me. I'm sure it would have been stressful, and maybe those could have been reasons why God didn't bless me with that position. The last thing I needed is a relapse, or a setback. So now I arise in a new season. After much prayer and seeking God, I realized I just love writing, and creating, and helping others. I might not be writing for a huge production company, but I can still write and create anywhere. I can continue the path I've been on and wait for God to open doors in His timing. Yes, it may be hard to wait, because in this generation, everything is fast-paced. We want things to happen now. Nobody wants to go through the process, because the process isn't easy or glamorous, and my life is no exception. I just happen to have a mental illness tagging along for the ride. Even though things get tough, I believe God has a plan, and if I can just hang in there one more day, I'll be that much closer to the finish line. Isaiah 40:31 says, "They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings of eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." In conclusion, my final thoughts. Romans 10:9 says, "If you declare with your mouth Jesus is Lord, and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved."